Hey guys, this is going to be Act 2 of Here's a Hammerwatch. We'll go ahead and continue with Fra. Because I had some audio issues last time, I cut the footage of Act 2. I ended up making it to either floor 2 or 3, and I got hit by, I think, 2 arrows, and that ended my run. I haven't done anything in the town since, though, so let's get that all settled real quick. So over here is our town hall. Town hall lets you purchase upgrades such as the blacksmith, which is really good, and apothecary, which are really good right now. I'm gonna go ahead and snag blacksmith and apothecary upgrades for my 10 ore that I have. Over at the blacksmith, we can get upgrades for our armor, our weapons, our crit chance, our boots, later on our crit damage. We're here at the apothecary, though, we can get an extra potion charge, which is huge. We're gonna go ahead and pick that up. And then over here, I think we can grab armor and weapon upgrades. Armor is pretty important, so I would recommend picking it up. At the guild hall, the way I play ranger, this isn't super important. Mana cost goes up, which isn't favorable for us right now. So I'd say you mainly want to upgrade your primary, so that now it pierces 2 enemies instead of 1. And then the other thing is this passive. Gives you evade chance when you cast a skill, as well as movement speed. Really useful. That's what we're gonna do there. General store, I think we can use right off the rip, but I could be wrong. Maybe rejuvenation is pretty good, but I don't know if we want to spend money on this run yet. We're gonna go ahead and hop in Act 2. Really beat it. The one thing we will see now that we've beaten Act 1 is we'll see a portal that allows us to skip Act 1 if we can use the portal. We're gonna go ahead and take a shot at that, see how that goes. I'll cut back in when there's important stuff. Monster pamphlet constructs. I believe that works against the cube in this portal room. Could be wrong. We'll go check for more ore and stuff. We ended up getting 650 gold and 3 ore. We're going to send that down back to the town. That way it's safe in case we fail the portal, or just in general for more upgrades. Something I forgot to mention, the bow shot's damage also goes up, as well as your movement speed gets less hindered by you using your primary to upgrade it, which are also very important things. We're gonna try to remember that we do have skills here. I'm usually pretty bad about using skills on the ranger, although they are very useful. Much better if I don't forget that. So the way this cube works is basically take down layer by layer. Each layer spawns enemies. Take too long to take down the next layer, it spawns more enemies up to a certain point. I think eventually it stops spawning them. If you beat it, the first time you beat a cube, you unlock combo. Combo is triggered when you kill X amount of enemies within X amount of time. I guess I should say Y amount of time, they're not the same number. And combo triggers a few things. I think the most notable thing is, as you can see, when I'm using my primary attack, it gets slowed quite a bit. One of the most useful things about combo is it kind of doesn't negate that, but it reduces the slow of using your primary while moving. The point where it's much better. So combo is gonna be a great thing to unlock. The last thing to note about cube rooms that I can say: get items upon completing it. All these inner circle X's you see, this one, they all turn into items. I think it's random every single time. I don't know if it's determined by how fast you destroy the cube or anything else. But you always get, I believe it's 8 items from each cube. You do the math with secrets, and shops and chests and other stuff, it's actually slightly less items than you would get if you actually cleared Act 1. Or any act. You can skip all acts once you've beaten them. And so generally, if you're going for progression run, you don't want to use the portal specifically for that reason, because if you have less items, it hurts you rather than helps you. While the runs may be faster, you do dwindle your chances of completing it a little bit. That's about it. I'll try to cut back in when either I die or... Right, so I had to pop a potion for that, but here's all the items we got. They're all white, so maybe it does depend on time. This thing right here is how you unlock combo. If I press F on this, combo is unlocked. We got Monster Pamphlet Undead, which is really good for Act 2. Book of Enlightenment, really good for more EXP, for more skill points. Coated Arrow, we can poison things. Hunter's Knife. We're not going to encounter too many beasts, but we're still going to be encountering them in Act 2, so this is pretty good. Lucky Charm, this gives luck. Luck affects every single percent stat, so that's pretty good. Health's always good. Killing enemy gets movement speed, and 2 health regen. Really nice. Or 0.2, I should say, not 2. There's a chance to drop stakes. Oh, wow. This is the best health item in the game. So, that's actually pretty useful. I didn't think about that, I guess. We found a secret room. Secret rooms start out like this in Act 2. We'll knock this in. We got a bronze chest, likely a bronze key. 3 armor and 10 health, that's pretty good. There's a bronze chest up there. Hopefully we get a bronze key for it, but we'll see. You'll see I totally missed the button in this room. Oops. Here's what combo looks like. As you can see, I can move around much faster while using my primary attack. That's why this is so useful. We've got an unlocked chest. 3% evade, that's really good. Extra movement speed, also very good. We've got an ore drop over here, but we're probably going to use the shops, so we're not going to touch it. Also, we could not get the bronze chest because we needed a key, so we're going on to floor 2. Found the button. Here's what a button looks like. Secret room. Item roller. I found out, I looked on the wiki the other day. It's not like bingo like I claimed in the other, the episode prior to this. These actually work in terms of just how many pop up. I believe it said, and I could be wrong, I believe it said if you get 2 or less not empty, like these would all be empty. If you have 2 that are empty, or 1 or 0, then you get a legendary. I think it's 4 or less, or up to 2, of course, is an epic. I'm not sure about the blue ones and the green and the whites. So we got a green one, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that may be about where the greens begin, or maybe it's further up in them, but if you get a 12, you know you're gonna get a green. 12 left. Something I should mention about ore gain, since I have it. As you'll see, I have 150% ore gain, and you may be wondering, how does that happen? Does that mean that if you pick up an ore, you get 1.5 ore? No, actually what happens is, anything that's not a flat percent for ore gain, so like 100% will always give you 1. 101% means that you have a 1% chance to gain an extra ore, so you get 2. Similarly, 199% will almost always give you 2, but sometimes you can get 1, and as soon as you hit 201%, then you have a definite chance of 200, I mean not 200, of 2 ore, but a 1% chance of 3 ore. So that's really good for us because we just started out. So getting more upgrades means more, I mean, more ore means more upgrades means easier progression. So that really works out in our favor. Got a bronze key in this room. Unlock chest. Got a circlet of willpower. Pretty good. Not super great for us, but it will help. our first Act 2 bat room. The Act 2 bat rooms look like this. They are basically a rectangular brick missing from the wall. You'll occasionally see the eyes blink. Side, we got a Markham's purse, extra gold gain per item in our inventory. Gold gain, I'm assuming works kind of similarly to ore gain, where like silver coins have a set amount of value, and if you proc, so if you have like 25%, a lot of damage. If you have like 25% gold gain, then what ends up happening, or 125, sorry, excuse me. What ends up happening is the value of the coin is multiplied. I'm sure copper / bronze coins are worth 1 gold. Silvers are worth something like 5 gold. Golds are probably worth 25 maybe, I'm not sure. But I'm sure they get multiplied accordingly. Got 2 ore from that chest, that's kind of unlucky, but what are you gonna do? Got 1 more floor till the boss. Good thing we didn't deposit our ore or our gold. Really our gold more so than our ore. It's always good to deposit your ore, unless you can get magic handles. Here's our Act 2 shop. Ooh, Greater Ring of Regen. This is really good for us right now because we're low on health. That'll pump up our health regen a bunch, especially because we got the set. Get bonus. And attack power is really significant right now because we only have 7. That's pretty huge. Crit chance is great. This will help us clear the rooms, but we're more concerned about beating the bosses right now, I think. So I think we're gonna go with these two for extra damage and extra crit chance. And in fact, we had no crit chance, so 2.5 is the start of our crit chance, actually. Now we're hitting a lot harder. This is our first Act 2 mini boss on video. No items dropped from it. What the larva boss does, it fires out a nova every once in a while. So important to be careful of that, because novas in this game, as you may know, you don't really have iframes in this game, and so when you stand next to something that's releasing a nova, you can get hit by every single projectile from the nova at once, which results in a literal one-shot where you will just instantly die. So novas are very intimidating for a lot of reasons. That's another reason that I think the Ranger is a very good character. As you can see, that mini boss dropped an item. A pretty decent one. We have Greaves of the Barbarian as well as Capable Withdrawal, which pretty much as long as we're in combat, either if we're getting hit or if we're killing something, we'll get a speed boost. If we're doing both, we'll be moving very fast. Another mini boss, this is the 3rd one. Ready? No item. Here's a perfect example of a non-visible button. This is very hard to see. You can kind of make it out once you come over here and shed some light on it. It's like right here. But that's our button for this floor. Here's a new puzzle room. Puzzle room is basically a guessing game. All of these need to be hit in a certain order, and maybe like this, this, and then this. There's no kind of strategy to this, I believe. I think it's all just regen. Of course, I could be wrong. So I usually just wing it. That one's wrong. That's not the first one. This one is. That one is. Okay, so we know it's this one. I'm gonna say this one next. Nope. This one, this one. Nope. And I think how it works is if you get it within let's see. I think if you get it within, you don't have 3 failures. So if you only have 2 failures, I think you get a silver chest. But we don't have a silver key, so we're gonna muff this. Even though we know it's that one next, because we want the bronze one. Now we do this one, and we should get a bronze. Oh, maybe I overdid it, and it was a bronze. Whoopsies. Great fountain refill. This is great potions for the boss. Our map is clear, and we're entering floor 3. Act 2 boss, kind of simple. I think later on he throws Actually, I'm not sure exactly what he does on your first playthrough. I'll kind of comment on it as I do it. So he starts, the map, he starts probably up here, and he starts spinning and comes down towards you. He has a mace and he spins and moves forwards. And he has these little helper guys. Not spin when you first fight him? That can't be true. Oh, okay. These helper guys, they throw nets at you. They're kind of pesky. Try to knock them out. I don't know if they respawn or not. But yeah, he shoots out this arrow. If he gets close to you, he'll swing down his mace. Oh, I got hit. The reason that these guys suck is if you get stuck, he's hitting you obviously with that spin, he's gonna do a lot of damage. General strategy with him is don't get hit by the nets. Don't get hit by the arrows that are flying across the map. Oh. You know, basically just don't do what I'm doing. You'll be fine. Always have potions if you need. Granted, you have potions, but that's what they're for. Our regen's gonna kick in a little bit just from having to use these potions, but see how that goes. Pop the pot. I'm gonna focus on hitting the boss now, I think. Really don't want to mess this up. Have to come back here. Using our right click to get the extra arrows out. Pop the other pot since we're already kind of low. Got 110 HP left. And that's a wrap. That's Act 2. So once you kill him, you have to actually destroy his body to get the items. Their items. I'll note now that I have vision on the map. These are the 4 turret positions. 4 little pads here are where the net throwing guys spawn. I hope this guide was useful. I would like to note that there's 2 more puzzles in Act 2 that you need to know about. The first one is a memory puzzle. It has a little 3x3 grid, so you've got 3 this way, 3 this way, little square. And then there's 5 symbols up here, and there's a button off to the side. And when you hit the button, it shows you, I believe, 3 symbols, then 2, then 2, then 1, 1. So the first symbol you'll see 3 of, the second one you'll see 2 of, the third one you'll see 2 of, the fourth and fifth you'll see 1 of, and you hit all of those in order. You'll hit the 3 of the first symbol, the 2 of the second symbol, so on and so forth till you hit all of them. Same thing as I said with the guessing one, where I think if you do it perfectly, you get a silver. If you do it less than perfectly, you get a bronze. If you get 3 right, you get an unmarked one, unlocked chest, and then otherwise, I'm not too sure. And then there's one more puzzle where it's another 3x3 grid, but there's no button off to the side, and there will be lit up squares and non-lit up squares. And what happens is whenever you hit a square, it lights up that square and all the adjacent ones. Hit the one in the middle, it'll light up the top middle, left middle, right middle, and bottom middle. Or if they're already lit up, it'll turn them off, and what your goal is to get them all lit up. Depending on how well you do it, you get prizes accordingly. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please feel free to like the video or subscribe to my channel. Act 3 coming out next week, and 4 the week after that, and so on and so forth. So I hope you guys find these videos helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.